Hi, my name is Rajiv Bala and this is a session on web analytics for newbies. As part of this session, I'm going to be speaking about a few concepts. I'm going to be speaking about the concept of hypertext and HTTP, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. I'm going to be speaking about cookies, and finally I'm going to be speaking about web analytics and how the basis of all web analytics are two things called beacons and cookies. So let's go to the concept of hypertext. Now, hypertext, as the name suggests, it was coined in 1963 by a gentleman called Ted Wilson, is an informational navigation system that allows a browser to access disparate sets of information in a non-sequential fashion. So imagine a document where you were on this piece of content and it had a hyperlink which you could click and go here. You know how it works. Now, HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and it is, consider it as the third brother in a family of three siblings. So you have Internet Protocol at the base, it's the eldest brother, and its Transmission Control Protocol is brother number 2. And these two brothers put together make up what is known as the Internet. HTTP is a protocol that rides on the Internet, and it is a protocol that allows for the transfer of hypertextual documents between a client and a server. So this is how HTTP works. You have a client and you have a server. And the client is your browser, and when the browser makes an HTTP request to a server, the server responds with an HTTP response. Okay? So that's how the HTTP works. Now, the problem with HTTP is that it is a stateless protocol. It has no sense of state. The moment the server responds with an HTTP response, it promptly forgets everything about the browser. So it's not a very intelligent system, and this was a big problem. So HTTP was invented early 80s by Tim Berners-Lee, but it had to wait until the early 1990s when Netscape actually invented cookies. And cookies solve a very, very significant problem of HTTP. They give HTTP state. So suddenly HTTP is now intelligent, and every HTTP request that is made can now pass on a cookie to the server, which gives HTTP a sense of state. So the server can actually remember who the browser is. And cookies are responsible for almost everything that's good on the web. E-commerce, affiliate marketing, tracking, everything is made possible because of cookies. So cookies are good, and in general, cookies do not violate privacy. Finally, I'm going to speak about web analytics. And web analytics at its core is very simple. There are two aspects. There are cookies, which are text files, and there are beacons, which are one-by-one images. Okay? So cookies plus beacons are responsible for web analytics. And let me tell you how it works very simply. So let's say this is you. You're the browser and you ask yahoo.com, which is a server, to give you yahoo.com sports or cinema. And Yahoo responds with an HTTP response. Now, in the hypertextual doc response that your browser gets, there is also an instruction for your browser to visit another server and request for a one-by-one image from this server. So there's no information transaction actually happening. There's just a one-by-one pixel. And that pixel is the beacon. And what essentially happens is, in the process of asking for this one-by-one pixel, the analytics server gets information about a few things that is written into its server. A, if any cookie was placed by this analytics server on this browser, that cookie is passed to the server. So this cookie has all sorts of information. It can tell you when the user visited the last time, did he transact, did he come from paid search, etc. IP address, date, timestamp, and the page asking, the page.html that is asking for the 1x1 pixel is all passed to the analytics server. So that's web analytics for you. You have cookies and you have beacons, and these guys work over HTTP. And cookies are good, beacons are good, and they've been around for 20 years. Thank you very much.